How's it going? Again, really sorry that I forgot that I wasn't going to be around today. So instead, we're doing just this little podcast here, and I'm going to introduce an idea that it relates to health, but also includes some math. I know you're thinking, how can that possibly be? And how much is this going to suck? But I promise you, it's not. There's somebody on the phone. The idea here stems from that first quote, okay? This idea that we can control our circumstances, we can control ourselves, we can control our reactions. And just by changing our perspective, we can maybe change the situation. So, that quote, the guy's looking at the clouds rolling into his life, and it's a bit of a metaphor, right? He's referring to probably maybe problems that are coming into his life. But he views them as an opportunity to color his sunset, to make things perhaps even more beautiful. So there could be a great deal of value in just altering your perspective a little bit. So we can make this relate to math. Huh? I know. But just give me a second, and I'm going to take you over here, and we're going to go take a look at it. All right, so now we're over here. The thing that we're going to look at is called the order of operations. Huh? How can that possibly have anything to do with changing your perspective? But in fact, if you change the order of operations, you change the result. So very simply, let's go ahead and review what the order of operations is. And then we're going to do an example, and I'm going to introduce to you what it is that you're going to do. So first of all, order of operations. There is a handy little thing that you can remember called BEDMES. Here's what it stands for. It's the order in which you're supposed to do things in a math equation. So, brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. If you do questions in that order, you'll always get them right. Let's do an example. So here's a great one, right? They give you a quiz question or that skill testing question in the back of your tickets, right? So here's your skill testing question. 2 plus 3 times 4 minus 6. Okay, so we got these numbers working out for us here. So brackets first, right? We got to do the brackets. So inside of the brackets, we do 3 times 4, we get 2 plus 12 minus 6. Then we have to do the addition next. So 2 plus 12 makes 14 minus 6. And then last of all, we do the subtraction. And we get 14 minus 6, which then equals, wait for it, 8. If you do it any other way, you get a different answer. That's unless we change the order of operations. Let's just do it straight through. So if you get 2 plus 3, that equals 5 times 4 minus 6. 5 times 4 minus 6. And if we do 5 times 4, we'll get 20 minus 6. And our answer then is 14, which is a very different answer than what we started with. Makes you think, doesn't it? All right, so here is your challenge. You're going to need to go ahead and find yourself a deck of cards. And if you don't have a deck of cards, there's a handy little website I found called random.org. And it's going to help you to just randomly generate 4 playing cards. So you're going to remove any kings, queens, jacks, and jokers from the mix, okay? Because we don't want them in there. And you're going to pull 4 cards at random from the deck. So what you should end up with is 4 cards in a nice, neat little row, okay? And you're going to repeat this 3 more times. So then you're going to have 4 sets of 4 cards. Once you've got those cards all together, what you're going to do is you're going to see if you can manipulate how they're being added, multiplied, divided, subtracted from each other to see if you can make each of your 4 sets equal 24. Um, you can do whatever you want with those cards, but you want to try and use all 4. It's not going to work out perfectly for every single one of them, but I do want you to share your results because you may have some great ideas about how to manipulate them, and that's going to inspire someone else. So make sure you post them here in response to this post in the collaboration lab. Write down what numbers you had and what you did with them in terms of a number sentence. So if you went 2 plus 3 times 6 to try and get things to equal 24, which of course that doesn't, but if you did, write it all out so that we can see exactly which numbers, i.e. cards, that you had, and put that in there. Now, what is the whole point of this? What are you going to get out of it? Well, the point is it's not going to be an easy challenge. It is challenging. Some of the numbers you get pulled, you will not be able to get an answer for, but it's not always about making sure we got the right answer. It's not always easy changing, our perspective to try and get to the quote unquote right answer or just the answer. But when you do engage in trying to change your perspective and trying to see how the other side lives, thinking how the other person might be thinking, it can be very rewarding, okay? And of course, you're going to learn something about math, hopefully, by the time you're all said and done. It's not certainly that there's only one right way, but sometimes it's going to feel like that, let me tell you. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them in that forum right here with this post, and I will do my best to respond back to those at some point during the day, or at the absolute worst later on tonight. All right? Take care and have fun.